How do y'all feel about Andy and Fatima's friendship now? I'm gonna give a little background information because I know some people were saying how they don't actually watch the show, they just listen to reviews. But background information, Andy been jealous of Fatima working with these ball players and stuff like that, so she been making little slick comments to her. She been making slick comments. She even was talking to her mama. Her mama ended up telling Fatima that she'll get fired if she don't get it together. Now, I will say, because I've been steady saying it, Fatima did slip up and she messed up on her work, so Andy wasn't wrong about that. Andy definitely wasn't wrong about that. However, Andy made it clear that she was jealous of Fatima. They ended up talking about it and they worked it out. Or did they? Or did they? Because it kind of seemed like they trying to cause some troubles with some troubles. They trying to cause trouble between these two women. I said the irony, the fact that Karen and Fatima getting along, but Andy and Fatima not. The fact that Andy and Fatima not getting along, as much as she done had her back. Now I will say once again, Andy is a boss, so now things are different. Now things are different, but at the same time, you shouldn't even have no job the amount of times you don't sit up here and did stuff you ain't got no business doing. But yeah, how do y'all feel? Do y'all think that Andy showed her true colors? Do y'all think that this is a forgiveness type situation? Because I'm finna drop a video on the whole hating and Fatima situation, because he don't cross her multiple times, but she seemed to be working things out with him. So should Andy be given the same grace? Because so far nothing extreme has happened. Now she has been making silly comments and stuff like that. She been jealous. I've been saying, like, why did you send her down there? Now maybe she didn't assume. Maybe she didn't think that Fatima would be working with all these ball players and that it would affect her work. But at the same time, if you knew that you would sit up there, didn't want her to do this, why would you send her? Talking about some, oh, you're not a lawyer. And she was right about that, because she's not a lawyer. And they will be held responsible for that, especially with Andy being a big boss now, a big partner. However, you knew that she wasn't no lawyer when you sent her down there to work with the first guy. When you sent her down there to work with the first guy, you knew doggone well she wasn't no doggone lawyer. So what can you say? How you gonna be mad? But yeah, Andy made it clear she was jealous. They talked about it and they worked it out, or did they? How do y'all feel? Do y'all think Andy showed her true colors? I think they needed to stir things up just to have a storyline. I think they're running out of ideas at this point. Also, Andy saying how Fatima didn't need to know that Zach saw her naked. And Zach being quiet about it. How did y'all feel about that? Because I saw some people comments and I was shocked. I was surprised. Now, I said, I taught y'all better than that. I taught y'all better than that. What the world going on? It was so many comments about how they agreed that Fatima didn't need to know. I was like, wait a minute now. They said that she didn't need to know because it was innocent. Some people did say how they thought that it wasn't innocent, that Andy waited too long to, say anything when she seen that Zach had opened the door or whatever. But yeah, I don't know about that part. I will say that I didn't agree with the whole keeping it a secret thing, because secrets always come out. Y'all know I always tell y'all that every time. And I also tell y'all never give nobody no opportunity to one up you. Now, she didn't find out from Andy. She found out from Zach. But he told her after Fatima was saying how things have been weird between them two or whatever. And he ends up mentioning how he saw her naked. She was like, what? Or whatever, she wanted to know when this happened. So he told her. She ended up having a conversation with that. Ended up having a conversation with her about it. But I've been steady saying it doesn't matter that it was innocent. It doesn't matter. You don't tell nobody to keep that from their fiance, and you actually listen. Now, he has had a lot going on. His baby died, the whole shooting. Well, I think the shooting thing happened before. I think Andy did say something about that, about how, so much had been going on. The whole Gary and Hudson. The whole Hudson situation and stuff like that, which is true. But that happened before. But yeah, then he gonna sit up on the doggone couch. He don't saw this good naked. If you don't get up and get up out of there. But yeah.